My name is Stephen Newhouse. I'm a Program Manager at Microsoft working on our HPC product. I'm here at the Grid School partly as a lecturer, but also as a member of the Program Committee and Practical Committees, and also as a representative of Microsoft who's been sponsoring the Grid School this year and has been sponsoring it in many of its previous year's activities. So one of the big challenges facing the grid computing community is to evolve from where it's been over the last 5 years as an experimental research infrastructure with leading edge applications doing leading edge work to becoming a more sustainable infrastructure that can go on not just for the next couple of years but can become available and be part of the background infrastructure that's very important for science and research in academia and industry moving forward over the next 10-20 years. To do that, we need to move away from the unstable software infrastructures and frankly some of the unusable infrastructures that we have from a usability perspective and look to solutions that are going to be approachable to the average scientist, the average industrialist, the average person. So we need to reduce the barriers to entry and have software that is going to be supported and sustainable both now and into the future. Obviously, industry has got a role to play in that. Also, open source software has a role to play in that. The two can sit comfortably together. But to do that, we need to make sure that we have a clear understanding from the community what is actually wanted from the software. And to do that, we really need to look towards the standards activity that's been going on in the Open Grid Forum and other organisations over the last couple of years. And as a community, we need to decide what infrastructures we know we understand, what sort of services we're after, what sort of interfaces we're after, and define those so that both open source providers and commercial providers can come along and deliver on those interfaces. And there will be a matter of selection of what's best out there. If a commercial software provides a usable interface that enables people's productivity, then that's something where people will realise it makes sense to invest in. If it's a niche area that isn't going to be of any interest and not going to provide return on investment to commercial providers, then clearly the open source software community can step in and provide solutions in that particular space. And what we'll see going forward is increasingly a mix of commercial providers and also of open source providers, both interoperating and operating together using well-defined, publicly defined standards and specifications.